Hi, I'm here with a Sweet Stamp Shop post today. I'm going to be making a card using the stamp set called The Perfect Match by the Sweet Stamp Shop. It's got some really cute images like peanut butter and jelly, chips and dip, French fries, ketchup. I'm going to be using this donut image there because anybody that knows me knows that my sweet tooth is Krispy Kreme donuts, the white creamed to be exact. But this stamp set's really cute. It's got some really fun sentiments and some really fun images. And I'm also going to be using the Timeless Twine. They have wonderful twine. I've actually never seen twine quite like this. I've seen colors intertwined with white, but this is like pink on pink, so it's really pretty. And that particular twine color is called Raspberry Pink. I'm going to be using these Limitless Labels by Sizzix, and all the supplies will be linked in my blog post. So I'm going to try to make a window card here using my Cuttlebug. Excuse the stickers and stuff all over it. My son obviously had some fun with it. Now I like to hold my dies down with some washi tape because the washi tape is removable. It's not going to peel up any of your cardstock or anything like that. So I'm just grabbing a few pieces and I usually put them off to the side and save them for later. The plate or the sandwich is the A plate, then the C plate, then the B plate for cutting this particular brand of dies or most dies. And then I've cut my little window card and I'll use that cutout for a later project. I also decided I wanted to emboss the inside of the card, and I'm actually going to use the deboss side, which is why I'm putting it in that way, because I want to use the deboss side of the image. So for embossing folders, the sandwich is actually the A plate, then the B plate, then your cardstock with your embossing folder, and then your B plate again. And then you get that really fun debossed image on the inside of the card, and I'm going to do something with the back of the card later. I'm going to use this sentiment set by Kids Quote by Inkadinkadoo. Now that particular card stamp set from Sweet Stamp Shop has some adorable sentiments, but for this particular card it's for a child, so I thought it would be fun to use a sentiment that a child actually came up with, and those are all kids quotes. I just cut off the child's name at the bottom. I didn't want that on the card. And I'm going to heat emboss the sentiment. And I'm going to be using some, if you don't have a Fisker stamp press, you got to get one. I just love it. It makes laying out your images so easy. I decided since it's a layer card, I'm going to use some washi tape and hold it in place. And then I'm just going to find where I want the sentiment to go and press down, and there you go. It's very easy. So I'm going to heat emboss in brown. I think that the color of the embossing powder that I'm going to be using is Mushroom by Adirondack. And I just grabbed a piece of paper out of my garbage, literally, to pick up all of the stray embossing powder to kind of use as a funnel. I always tap the back of my card to make sure all the powder comes off. And then you can just funnel it back into your container of embossing powder. And I'm just heat setting with a heat gun. Nothing special going on right here. Oh, I stuck these tweezers down there. I'm not using them, but because I was burning my hand when I was heat embossing. So anyway, the sentiment's all really nice and shiny. It's pretty cool. And so now I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put those donuts. I actually pre-cut and colored those before I started filming. So I'm going to add some foam dimension for the donuts. I'm using some of the smaller squares foam dimension that I get off of Simon Says Stamp. You get so many squares for such an inexpensive price, so be sure to check my supply list for that. They have big squares and small squares, and I can't say enough great things about them. They stay in place once you get them down, and they're inexpensive, and I use foam dimension all the time. I don't know if you're like me. I'm trying to get the placement of my donuts where I want them, so you can peel up and move your things around before you apply some firm pressure, so that's another reason why I like these two. I put a really nice coat of glossy accents because, hello, donuts are glazed, so I wanted them to look real. And now I'm taking that Timeless Twine, and I'm going to do this off camera because I always fight with my twine, and buttons for that matter. And I'm just going to wrap it around the top of the card there. And I'm going to add a button, and I adhered that down with some glue dots, so that's all in place. And believe me, thank me for doing that off camera because this video would be like 15 minutes longer. So now I need to do something with the back of my card. Obviously I don't want to have that embossed card. I mean, it would be fine if you wanted to, but that's not the look I was going for. So I figured, hey, I'm going to make some patterned paper using that donut and some Hero Art Soft Sand ink. So I'm just kind of turning the donuts around and stamping off the page and stuff just to make my own little pattern paper. And that stamp set made by, I told you, it's never going to leave my stamp desk or my craft desk. So I'm trying to figure out what sentiment I want to use, but I just really love that sentiment. And I said, oh, I'm going to use made by, I'm going to be different, but yeah, no, I'm going for the fun sentiment because that's just so me. So I'm going to pick that up, and I'm actually going to use some Hero Arts ink called Punch. It's the first time using that color. You can see I tested out how it looked on another piece of paper. This is a chalk ink. I will say that it did stain that particular stamp. It doesn't damage your stamp in any way for it to be stained, and actually I like it better because when I'm looking at the packaging, I can read what the stamp says because it's now stained red, but it just says, no, don't trash me, I was made by, and then I signed my name with my horrid handwriting. I'm using this Blue Glider Pro. I absolutely love it. I prefer it over the ATG gun because it's smaller, and the adhesive refills are also more inexpensive. And I just adhered it to the back there, and now I've got my complete card. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks so much for watching, and be sure to check out my blog post for the supply list and for more details on this card. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.